Where did we leave off last time?
Left time.
Cut that, Chet.
Nope, that's all staying in.
Last time, we were going to... we ran into a potential ally, Mr. Auguste Fontaine.
Yeah, last time was pretty much a Birdie episode.
Yeah.
We finished off our morning and the breakfast and everything with Creedmoor.
Mm-hmm.
Was that last time? Or was it the time before?
That was the time before.
That was.
Because you went on your hot air balloon ride.
That was before the breakfast. We had the breakfast. We finished the breakfast. You and Creedmoor went to the telegraph.
Yep. And while we did that, you went to the hot air balloon ride. And then when I was done with the telegraph, I was told during the telegraph to meet up with Fontaine.
Yep.
Met up with him and said, hey, we're doing this. And sounds like he's going to join us. Let's see. Creedmoor said he also reached out to some folks who might be able to assist. You came back and reported that void in the center of Sierraton.
Yep.
And we were discussing getting a warrant to approach Sierraton, and Birdie was hesitant to try to pull the legal route because it didn't feel like they would.
I think that's a mutual feeling.
Mm-hmm. And our intel says that there's between 50 and 100 people there, but you saw the town and maybe got the similar vibe, or?
Did I see people?
From the distance you were, it was hard to see stuff like that.
Blotches that may have been people.
Yeah, and it's like the hot air balloon's moving, trying to keep a steady look on any given point. Maybe there was an impression.
And then we made a plan.
Yeah, it was
Sheriff, Answorth,
Sierraton. In that order. And Creedmoor, I don't think, is with us.
No. He said he was going to go look into the sheriff.
Oh. Well, then I guess when we get into scene, we can make our way to the sheriff's office too, or are we going to rely on Creedmoor solely to do the sheriff angle?
Well, because your plan when you were talking to Fontaine, spoiler, was to get to the remaining deputy who seemed like a good guy.
Yes.
And then you try to recruit him in a way, and then use him to draw out the sheriff.
That's right, because Creedmoor is just trying to contact the sheriff, and we were going to go to the deputy.
Yeah, and research him, and maybe yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, that makes sense. And I believe we are still. I can't remember where Birdie and Tate are right now. What's up?
Nothing.
You guys are weird.
Where were you guys? Do you remember where you were last time? We can also fast forward to...
I don't. Let's just fast forward a little.
Okay. So, where would you go right away?
Probably to walk by the sheriff's office, see if Piles is there.
Coxon.
It's It's one of the two.
Piles was the bad one. Coxon was the...
Cockins.
Cockins was the...
Piles was the bad one. Calkins was the good one.
That's exactly what I just said.
I wonder how many times we've fucked that up over the past couple months of recording.
So Piles was good.
No.
So...
I should know this. I wrote this fucking thing.
Yes. Hey, Tate.
What's up, Birdie?
Yeah, I think no time like the present. Maybe we swing by the old sheriff's office, see if Coxon's there.
Might as well give it a walk by.
Well, let's go.
You called him Coxon again.
What is it?
Calkins.
Oh, Birdie calls him Coxon.
All right.
The son of cock.
The two agents make their way toward the sheriff's office. It's still busy. The fair is still going on. There's several displays being paraded around by horse and carriage. There's some games, people bobbing for apples, throwing hoops onto bottles. There's a gentleman throwing baseballs at pins. Seems like he's trying to win some kind of a prize for a girl that's holding onto his arm in between throws. Eventually, the two agents get to the sheriff's office. The door is closed.
Birdie's going to try the handle.
And Tate will peek a window.
The shades are... The door handle's unlocked, and the shades are turned just enough to let light in, but not really, like, see in. Inside, Birdie sees two men chatting. Both deputies. You can tell by their badge and their demeanor. One of them is Calkins. The other's unfamiliar. They chat for a little bit, and the unfamiliar one walks out. Seems good-natured.
Hey, Deputy Coxon.
It's Calkins.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm usually real good with names.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, Coxon, how's it going?
Well, we're busy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on right now, so...
Yeah, well, with the fair and all, right?
Yeah, with the fair. A lot of people. What can I help you with, Marshal?
Well, this is, Birdie's just going to look around. Is it just us?
Yeah, and Birdie sees a small shadow in the window.
Well, I got something that is a bit sensitive to discuss.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. So it has something to do with the Winsies, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah, do I need to get a notebook?
That wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Well, do you want to sit down? Here.
Thank you kindly.
He sits down on the other side of his desk, grabs a small notepad. Tate Clay can see most of this through the window.
Oh, he's not just standing there staring through the window. He would take up perch outside the door, sit on the steps or something.
Okay. Birdie, you see that shadow in the window move. Hear somebody step up onto the front stairs in front of the door and sit down. Strike a match, light a cigarette. If you know what I mean.
I don't.
So, what's going on?
Well, first off, it has to do with Deputy Piles. Do you know where he is right now?
No, we don't. Do you?
As a matter of fact, I do.
His eyes widen a little bit and he leans forward. He's listening.
There's a farm just east of town.
Is that the Coulterns?
Yeah, I don't believe I got the name of the farm. Actually, Birdie would have gotten the names of the farmers.
That was their name.
That is correct.
What happened?
Well, looks like Piles was in league with the Winsies.
Huh. I kind of thought something like that was going on. What makes you say that?
Well, because my partner and I were investigating the Winsies as part of a larger investigation. And we went and followed them to the farm. And when we got there, Deputy Paws was there with a number of the Winsies, and they had a couple folks that they'd kidnapped. While we were surveying the place, gunfire erupted from the wood line, and in short order, all the Winsies present that I'm aware of, along with Deputy Piles, were slain.
Same with the Irish.
Yeah, is he close enough to hear?
Yeah.
On purpose.
Got it.
If the door was left like cracked open, for sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Who's that?
The Irish folk, that's my partner out there.
Oh, the special agent?
Correct.
What was it?
Tate Clay.
Clay Tate? Oh, Tate Clay.
Yeah. So, there was an Irish fellow with the Winsies who seemed to be in charge of that little outfit.
Yeah. I'm familiar with him. So, but Piles is dead?
Yes.
Oh.
There's a whole lot more going on than just some stupid gang, playing enforcement and running books and stuff around here. Birdie's going to pull out a green gemstone.
Okay.
You know what this is?
No, I don't.
Birdie's going to reach out his hand to... You sure about that?
Piles is hesitant, but he reaches out a hand. I'm sorry, Calkins. Calkins is hesitant, but he reaches out a hand.
Birdie gives it to him.
He looks into his palm, rolls it around in his hand. What is this?
That is some kind of contraband that these folks were working on moving. We're pretty certain it's linked to Sierraton.
Huh.
Birdie's going to hold his hand out again. If I can get that back.
Yeah. He drops it back in his hand. What is that? What is it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We're not entirely certain, but we do know that it's important to them, which means it's important to us. How long have you been in this town?
Well, not that long.
Where are you from?
Originally, Duluth.
Okay. And you've been in these areas for
Couple years.
a couple of years, came on as a deputy?
Yeah. They didn't need, excuse me, they didn't have need up home, so came down here and, okay. Well, let's get this, so what makes you think that, was Piles there for an arrest?
Piles was not there for an arrest. Piles was there in collusion with the Winsies. Yeah, he was a part of their group.
Okay. Can you be maybe specific? What was he doing that made you think he was a part of them?
Behaving as one of the gang. There were two men tied to chairs, and Piles was there jaw-jacking and moving around with them and chatting, helping them move stuff off the wagon they had. Like his behavior led us to believe that he was a part of their crew, and he was in uniform. So it wasn't like he was trying to do something undercover or incognito. Mind you, that family at the farm was basically holed up in their home, not even outside.
Yeah, they've complained about things. Not the father, the kids. Wow, I don't know. Marshal, something weird's going on.
What makes you say that?
Well, it seemed obvious to some of the newer folks, including myself, especially myself, that, well, he leans across the desk. There's a hushed tone. I think that the sheriff is in on it,
Why do you say that?
he's really lax on him.
Where is the sheriff?
I guess there's a few places he could be, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Where is he usually? Out Brainerd way?
I don't know. He moves around a lot. And it's something else that's weird. I don't know where he lives. I don't know how to contact him directly. There's places I can send a wire, and if it's important, he'll show.
Hearing that, Tate will walk inside. You think we could send him something? Maybe not entirely truthful.
Well, what's your end game?
Well, we definitely want to know what he knows.
I think the true end game. It's checking out that little walled off commune.
Yeah, we're talking Sierraton.
What makes you think that Sierraton has anything to do with this?
These gems allegedly come from there.
Huh.
At least that's what the jeweler told us.
Phil?
I think that was his name.
Alexander's Amazements?
Yeah, Alex.
Oh,
Alexander's Amazements.
Anderson's.
Anderson's Amazements. Man, I really should take out my notepad when I'm having these conversations.
What did Anderson have to say?
He said he bought a load of these gems once or twice from members of Sierra 10 and couldn't move them until the sheriff came and bought them all.
That's he'd buy them from the Winsies. The Winsies would show up and he'd have to buy them from them. And then your sheriff was the sole customer coming in to buy them.
And you have reason to believe that these stones are coming from Sierraton originally?
Correct.
So Sierraton, Winsies, Anderson Sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you suppose the Winsies are giving? What do you suppose the Winsies are giving to Sierraton?
Well, we originally came here investigating missing persons.
Huh.
And the pattern all seems to point at Sierraton being the focal of all these folks going missing. And when we arrived, let's see, I got it written down here somewhere. The fella's house who burnt down.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah, nice guy. Let's see, what was his name again?
The Levines?
The
Yeah.
Ludines, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Fred did seem to think that his family hadn't been. Well, and see, that's the thing is Piles did that search.
well, you know your town drunk?
Well, there's a couple now. Shelnick?
Yeah, Edgar.
Yeah.
Well, he saw the fire burning down, and before he saw that, he saw a wagon pull up with a number of folks who went in that home and took folks and then set fire to the home, and he saw some green glowing gems in the back of that wagon. Now, that right there is what we call a direct link.
And all but one of them was wearing the same outfit. But Piles in his search never happened.
Because we went there and searched. We found a gun upstairs that had a single bullet loaded into it.
Boot prints.
Boot prints.
Door being jimmied open.
And this here gem.
Calkins interlaces his fingers, puts his elbows on the desk, and leans his chin into his hands. Fellas, So I guess I'll ask again, what's the goal with the sheriff? Because he's not only has he gone really easy on the gangs, I've gotten the impression that maybe he's,
In collusion with
them. It's been a number of things. It's a lot to get into, and
Well,
So here's a question for you. When the sheriff does come to town, does he usually come solo or with a posse?
I guess it depends. There was one time I saw him with a fella that was real short, wore a lot of black. That was just for a short. I never got to meet the guy, but
More often than not, he shows up alone?
yeah, I'd say.
Okay. The past 2 times you reached out to the sheriff via wire, what kinds of things were you reaching out to him for? And what was the last thing you communicated with him that spurred him to make an appearance?
Shooting, stabbing. The biggest thing has been shootings between the gangs, but this most recent time he didn't really respond.
I would tell him that you found some odd green crystals.
Yeah. Say that there was another shooting and you found some, and, add the green gems as in your report of the items found on the people. And then write green gems, ? If you could do something like that, I think that would get our sheriff here in town.
About how fast does he get here?
I guess it depends. Day 2, maybe 3. Usually a day or 2.
You got any other help that thinks the same way you do?
Yeah, what about that other deputy that is in here when we first arrived?
Brissick? Deputy Brissick?
Deputy Brissick. Is Brissick long on the force or
No,
new?
he's newer than me. But he might take some convincing.
Well, any extra hand we got if we explore Sierra ain't gonna hurt.
Because that's our 2-pronged approach here. Oh, but what we have in mind for you to help us is lure the sheriff here so we can have a conversation with him.
And maybe put him back there. Tate nods towards where a jail cell would be.
Right.
Right. And then, well, like Tate here was saying, if we have to go have a confrontation with Sierra, well,
We'll need a lot more bodies, fellas. Have you been?
no, sir.
That place is more of a fortress than a, what did you say, commune?
More bodies or better tactics?
They got towers with guns, Last couple folks who tried to, let's say, enforce the law, they didn't think it was worth it.
Well, nothing a little outranging them and some fire can't handle.
That's assuming that's assuming things need to turn physical in the first place.
Right.
We ain't here to start a war.
Well, if you think they're kidnapping people,
Exactly.
is that what you think? They're kidnapping people?
We think some folks within Sierra are indeed doing that. Now, is it the entire town? Is it a few bad apples? We don't know. What we do know is we don't want to go there, just the 2 of us, and find 100 folks with pitchforks looking to get rid of the folks knocking at their door.
Okay, so you want me to send a wire to the sheriff. I can do that. I'll talk to Brissick. Do you want to meet back up this afternoon?
I think we could do that. Maybe.
I got a little trip to make, but
Yeah.
know many trains going to Answorth?
No, I don't know. Probably. There's usually one going up that way.
How far is it by horse?
Not that far. You don't have the map up?
I could look, but asking a local is so much easier than looking at a map.
Well, I have to look at a map regardless.
Well, tell you what, we're kind of taxed the rest of the day. If we could have you try to set up a meeting, get the sheriff down here. Please do not mention us.
Well, let me ask, if I can get him here, what time? What day?
I mean,
Well,
do you usually tell him when to show up, or
No, I guess I'm just trying to think of.
I think if you tell him about the gyms, he'll be coming straight away anyways.
Answorth is about 60 miles away.
Okay.
So you guys could get there in a day.
Faster.
Well, if there's a train.
Faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we got a horse moving 6 miles an hour.
Then you could get there in a day. For a long day.
Yeah. Well, horses can go more than 6 miles an hour, but
Unless they're carrying a cart full of stuff.
Well, a man can go like 6 miles an hour.
That's
that's a fast. That's a 10-minute mile.
Yeah.
That's a jog.
Yeah, well, right. But compared to a horse,
Yeah. Horses go a lot faster.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking loaded down.
Yeah, like with a carriage. Yeah. 'Cause I was going to say, I used to, like, I'm not athletic. I used to do like a 9-minute mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think we should. We plan on being back in town tomorrow, and tell you what you could say. You've had reports of the what was the farm's name again?
Colturn?
Yeah. So you got a report of a disturbance up at Colturn. Folks said there were dead bodies, and you think piles might be among them. You're going to investigate, but could use some assistance, or you want to go investigate, but with the fair going on, you're stretched thin. So you need backup to help. And say someone did report a chest full of green gems and a bunch of guns, some drugs, and some green gems. If you say those three things in that order, I think that'll get them come running.
I think so too. Okay. No, okay. All right. I'll send it right away.
Let's meet up whenever we get back in town. Where can we find you if you're not here?
Patrolling?
You patrol 24/7?
No. I see. I have a house down on Larry Street.
House on Larry Street.
I live with my wife.
Can you point it out on this map?
Yeah, he pushes the chair back, gets up, walks around his desk over to the map of the area, points. Right over here off a third.
And you got a back door?
Yeah.
We'll do 3 knocks, a break, 2 knocks at the back door, and you'll know it's us.
Three knocks, space, 2 knocks. Got it.
All right, so we got to be on the get. So you can go ahead and make that happen. We'll be back either later today, most likely tomorrow. Then we'll see where we're at.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you for your good work. He reaches out a hand to shake both of your hands.
Mm-hmm. And of course, discretion right now is the
Utmost.
correct.
I understand. Not my first rodeo. Not my 100th.
Yeah.
Oh, won't be your last either.
Yeah.
And Tate heads out.
Birdie will just tip his cap, walk out.
The 2 agents walk out into the busy street, the fair, a bustle with people, shouts, cries of excitement, chants from businesses. Some people throw candies and beads. Folks are walking around with bottles, clearly some kind of beer. Smell of tobacco lingers.
We're heading to the train station.
They get there. There is a 1:30 train ride.
What time is it?
It's a little afternoon.
Say buy some tickets.
Yeah, I'll go get them. And we got to think long and hard about, I know you said something about a carriage.
We'll take care of that on the way back. And if they got a secluded room, I know it's short and all, but grab that.
I'll do my best. All right, Birdie's going to go up and get some train tickets.
Hi. Here for a ticket?
Yeah, 2 tickets to Answorth.
Okay. She points up to the price.
All right. Birdie will hand her a dime.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I keep the change?
Sure. Are there, is it just bench seating or are there cabins to be had?
It's straight to Answorth.
So are there cabins on the train or is it just straight benches?
There's benches.
Thank you kindly.
So Birdie has 2 bench tickets to Answorth.
We're going to while away the time until it's time to get on the train.
How many people are waiting to get on this train? With the fair going on and everything.
There's a handful of folks sitting on benches, handful of folk standing, smoking cigarettes, reading newspapers.
Tate will be standing somewhere that's kind of inconspicuous.
It's a big word.
And while he waits for Birdie.
Mm-hmm. And Birdie's going to go stand out in the middle of the area and smoke a cigarette and just wait.
You would see Tate counting something. Looks like paper.
Right then, in walks somebody that Birdie recognizes, just faintly, from the shape of his nose, his eyes, but he's wearing a wide-brimmed hat. And he has a mustache now. Hey, Birdie, this must be your partner. Fontaine.
Oh, hey.
Sorry. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
keep up appearances.
There you go. Hey.
I thought it was going to be Creedmoor
No.
in response to like episode 4 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, no. So anyway, I'm Creedmoor.
So, yeah, this here's Tate. Tate?
Tate,
nods.
Special Agent Clay, Special Agent Fontaine. Nice to meet you. Friends call me Augustus. You call me August.
Tate would be putting what he was counting back into a breast pocket and shake the man's hand.
I just figured I'd come and check in. How'd it go at the sheriff's department?
He's going to wire the sheriff. I think Calkins feels like he's on board.
Good.
Would I recognize this guy?
Roll
Special agent to special agent.
a secret check.
You don't want to see the dice?
I don't tell me the results. Roll them and just keep it a secret for me.
You said secret.
Secret for you, genius. It's a secret because he's never going to actually roll them. Yeah. He's just going to make strong eye contact and jiggle them.
That's what he does.
That's what he does.
I can't see him.
For the listening audience, we just made sweet love.
No, there's probably like one random fan that would like that.
That's what would they call that? The Zeneski? They'd call that the Zeneski ship.
The studio bang bus.
Yeah, he doesn't recognize him at all. So, the plan is then to...
Yeah, the plan is Deputy Calkins is going to wire the sheriff and let him know about the farm.
And you guys are going where?
We're going to Answorth.
For?
Dynamite.
His eyebrows fly to the top of his face. Dynamite?
Better to have and not need.
Sometimes when you're outnumbered, tactics help.
Can I be honest with you two?
Yes.
I've seen your dynamite work. Zorson and I took a trip to the mountains.
You went to Apollo's Cradle, huh?
That was pre-placed, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we ain't looking to level a town.
All right.
Did you find anything?
We'll talk about that. Just be careful. I don't mind the idea. From what I've heard, that place is pretty fortified. So if we have to get in, might not hurt.
Like
Also
I said,
got-
better to have and not need.
Yeah.
Also got about 15 bottles of liquid fire.
Like some Byzantine stuff?
Yeah. I mean, he's got some whiskey and some rags.
All right. Good.
Yeah, if whiskey was clear.
Well, let's try to keep it nonviolent as much as we can.
That's the goal.
All right. I'm going to keep tabs on the sheriff's department.
We told him in his report to mention that Deputy Piles was slain and believed to have been an accomplice with them. And we also told him to mention, almost as an afterthought, that some green gems were found in the area.
Then I think instead I'll monitor the farm. Maybe I'll try both. All right, well, when do you two think you'll be getting back?
Well, going there?
Depends on how quickly we can get what we need and get back. So, might be
All
later
right.
tonight, might be tomorrow morning.
All right, well, we know where we're both staying, so all right. Sounds like a plan. Good luck, you two.
We'll give you the 3-knock, 2-knock at your door when we get back, assuming you're there.
Good deal. He turns around, walks out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely have to go over, once we got a better lay of the land, we're going to have to go over some tactics to see how we're going to approach.
Gonna need them.
Gonna need them.
I think usually they say a siege takes 3 to 1, 4 to 1 even.
Yeah, this ain't a siege. This
Not
is
that we're sieging Sierra 10, but
No, we don't have the numbers.
we
This-
don't know that yet.
This would be more like a breach and clear.
The chances of me out ranging them pretty high, but we never know.
All aboard!
Birdie's gonna get on the train.
Of course, Tate is getting on the train also.
Thanks. I had to make sure. The two get on the train. Their tickets are punched. They sit down on some nice benches. And the train takes off.
How busy is the area we're at?
Not that busy.
Our friend with the carrot head.
The friend with the what?
The carrot head.
Friend with the carrot head.
What the what?
You know
Go
all that
on.
all that orange red on top?
Birdie's running off of like 3 hours of sleep, so he's just not that quick.
Had a funny accent.
He's talking about the Irishman? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, him.
The carrot top. Fucking A.
He left us a little something. And Tate's gonna pull a wad of stuff with a napkin wrapped around it and hand it over to you.
Birdie's gonna look inside the napkin.
$500.
Oh.
That's it?
It's half.
Oh, well, hey, looks like we're looking at an early payday here.
Well, that's your cut, so
My cut. So we're going to use some of these funds, obviously, to pick up what we need over there in Answorth.
Just so you know, that's $17,000 today worth.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to make sure everybody understood how much money that was in 1910.
Yeah.
That's why Tate's been looking around and you know.
This is not a small sum of money.
I've been starting to spread some out here and there, but figure you get half of it and do what you will.
Of course, we're going to use this to pursue the mission.
That was my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's left is fun money.
I think what you meant by that was whatever's left is being added to the total report.
Well, I ain't got much left.
Me neither.
Oh! I always love that when the stick in the mud lets loose a little bit.
Well, the only reason I say that, and of course, we are in a train car, basically. Like, there's nobody close enough by to listen in on us.
You feel good that people aren't listening to you.
So normally, I would be opposed to something like this. But seeing as how we got troubles at home that need our attention, well, an off-the-books source of, revenue and supplies could come quite in handy.
I say we call it security.
Yeah. Yeah, because if we have to operate outside of the CPMP based on questionable figures, well, it's good to have funds that are off the books.
Never hurt. Hunch up. You feel like taking a little nap, or are you good if I do?
Tell you what, you go right ahead.
Tate will kick back and fall asleep to the sound of the train.
Birdie, roll a willpower check.
12 under, and willpower is just power, right?
Yes.
12 under 50.
So Birdie's partner falls asleep next to him, and Birdie has had very little sleep. He's very tired, especially over these past couple days. How much has happened, how much he's done, got into a gunfight, right? Every molecule in his body is begging him to just lean his head back and close his eyes. But for a couple hours, he's able to hold back. And then his partner wakes up.
Little needed.
Oh, I don't know how close we are to Answorth, but I gotta let these lids rest a bit.
I'll let you know when we're there.
Thank you kindly. Birdie's out. No, he's a sleep singer.
A sleep singer? I've killed men for less. Sadesky, can you step out for like 5 minutes and then we're going to call it? Brady Johnson closes his eyes, leans his head back, and in a very short period of time, he's asleep. The sound of the train disappears. His surroundings go black. And he realizes that something is resuming that was cut short. The image of a birch tree, alone on a hill, comes to his mind. He's standing on the hill with it. He reaches his hand out and touches it, feels the papery bark. And then he turns around. And all around the hill is nothing. Darkness, a void. And then he's falling, looking up at that hill with that tree. Green leaves blossomed. As he's falling, he can see them turn brown, yellow, fall off. The tree withers. He's falling and falling until he hits a hallway. A dark hallway. He recognizes it. He hears the ticking of clocks. At the very end of the hallway, a dark figure stands. They recognize each other. And then a shoulder bumps into him. He opens his eyes. He can hear the train. He's awake. And the two agents are in Ainsworth. And that's where we'll end this. Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's another beautiful day in the Midwest, United States, where it's a pretty decent mid 70 degrees Fahrenheit today. Once I'm done recording this and uploading it and everything, I'm going to take a beautiful walk. I might, walk in the steps of Mr. Zwarson and have a cigar on my walk. I've been working on like a sci-fi novel. I don't know if I've mentioned that before. Maybe I have, but my walks are where I get my ideas. It helps a lot. You know what I mean? To just no music, no podcast, anything like that. Just go for a walk. And just sometimes I'll put on music. That does really help with the tone, with the mood. Like I was writing a scene where there's like a shootout at like a type of thing, Oh, so of course I'm listening to that type of music. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. What do I have for you guys? I have notification on a bit of a break that we are taking. So one of the members of the trio is having a baby. Very exciting. That baby is very due coming up here. And I don't know how much, he wants info to be cast out to everybody. So, I'll be on the vague side of things. But with that in mind, we will be taking a couple breaks here and there to help. Obviously he is working on getting the house ready and everything and yada yada, and then once the actual baby comes into the world, there'll be another break for that. But so after this episode, we'll take a 2-week break from uploading. We're still recording the show, but obviously editing, putting all the audio together after the fact it's time consuming. Honestly, I think the editing process takes more time than recording the show. Actually, I'd say that's like definitely true. Cause you think if we record for 2 hours and then we cut that down to be a hour and a half long episode, or we record for an hour and a half and turn that into a 1 hour episode, whatever, kind of like this one. You have to listen to the entire hour and a half's worth of audio, and then you're also cutting this and cutting that and cutting this, and then, let me put a little bit of music here, let me put a little sound effect here, and yada yada. And so either way, so the next 2 weeks we're gonna take off from uploading. They're gonna continue recording. Then back to normal up until the baby pops, which is kind of like an any moment now scenario, which is exciting, honestly. We haven't quite found out how long of a paternity break that's going to be, but probably a couple weeks, maybe a little longer. I'll let you guys know, obviously. With that said, quick shout out to the patrons, which is Glans Dilzig, Carter Garcia, Paul Davis, Mr. Beautiful Handsome Steak, and Totoro's Bang Bus. Thank you guys hugely. Thank you tremendously. Also, we have our merch store. Check out the merch store. We had a big sale recently. And if you guys missed out, sorry, we announced all that on the Discord. So if you're not on the Discord and you want to maybe have an opportunity for a quick little hot and dirty sale, hop in the Discord and chit chat with people and post things and stuff and whatnot. Please, if you could, shout the show out to some friends. Let them know, check out the show. Pretty good show. And also we have a merch store. You know it. You love it. The t-shirts, the long sleeves, the sweaters, the coffee mugs, the stickers, and I don't know, the heartfelt effort to bring you guys high quality products. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go for my walk, work on some stuff. What else? Oh, hey, the Project Hail Mary movie was pretty good. I liked it. I went Dubois. Some friends and I went to go see it. We went to a nice movie theater. Dubois was like, I haven't been to a movie theater in 500 years. And that's how he sounds, as you guys know. But we went to this really nice movie theater that, like, from your seat, you know, you can order a beer, pizza, popcorn, and actually it's a really good deal. Like, it's unlimited popcorn. They bring you refills for $13 for this big giant bowl of popcorn, and you just pull out your phone. Obviously, you know, everybody's got their brightness turned down all the way. You order the beer, food, drinks, whatever, glasses of water from your phone. And I was shocked. I didn't see anybody's like phone screen the whole time. So everybody in the theater, and it was a pretty packed theater, everybody was just really respectful. They're like, okay, I'm just going to turn my brightness all the way down, and kind of like we did. Anyway, so Project Hail Mary was a great book. Great book. I highly recommend it. It's very optimistic. It's very positive, and it's really good, hard sci-fi where it's very grounded in reality. You can really see it in your head, and it's like, that could totally happen. And it's just really well written. I've only read the one book by Andy Weir. But I really, really liked it. It's a page turner. It's memorable. It's very, just a fantastic ending. And the movie was a good adaptation of the book. Obviously the book is still better, right? It has a lot more context. And that's like the big thing, right? It's like the movie is a good adaptation of the book, but the book obviously has way more context and way more scenes. You spend a lot more time with the characters, and the characters are really awesome. You really like them. And fortunately, a lot of the personality stuff from the books translates to the movie. And anyway, it was a very good movie, and I do recommend the book and the movie. And since they're so similar, honestly, you could watch the movie and then read the book, or read the book and then watch the movie. I think you'd really like both, regardless of which one came first. Because, you know, sometimes you read the book and then you see the movie and you're like, oh, it just wasn't as good. I've been there. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that, and we will chat in a couple of weeks. Be safe out there, everybody. There's some fucking stupid shit going on in the world, like, actually. I mean, it just keeps getting dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber, and then you have like the dumbest fucking people on the planet like clapping like lobotomized penguins, you know what I mean, while fucking an orca whale is circling them, and then their fucking dumbass leader is like, actually we're gonna, and it's like, oh my god, it just pisses me off. Anyway, love you all, be safe, like I said, and yeah, all right, talk to you later, bye.